Francesca, vai. Vai. Io già sono qui per colpa tua.
Chiara al treno da prendere. No. Are you timing?
No. Hello, I'm Chiara. I'm a PhD student from the University of Florence, and I started working on flood risk 3 years ago. And what I realized during this work is that one of the most crucial aspects in flood risk in urban areas is the mobilization of vehicles. Because on one hand, during a flood event in an urban area, vehicles interact with the flow and they can aggravate the damages to infrastructures. And on the other hand, vehicles are indirectly responsible for most of people's fatalities. That's why I decided to focus my research on the incipient motion conditions of flooded vehicles. And I'm doing this at the moment through a numerical model, and I'm just taking advantage of some previous experiments. What I expect from my research and the results of my research is to improve the urban planning in flood-prone areas and also to improve the management of flood risk during the emergency phase. That's it.
Excellent timing. Feedback. She was looking at some people, no? Did this part of the room feel like she was also talking to you? Yeah? You felt for me? You? Okay. Maybe me not, but okay. Okay, what about tone of voice? Did everyone hear her? Did you feel she was giving you a good speed?
I guess I'm not.
It's good to receive feedback.
Don't be afraid.
She wants it.
Then I will see you.
Okay, so you, what do you remember for what she said? Yes. Yes.
Yeah, she's studying the interaction of vehicles in the case of flood, and she wants to, now she's performing a numerical analysis based on some models of previous research, and the final goal is to persuade the urban planners to make changes and to take into consideration the consequences of.
Tell her what your area of study is.
Well, geomatics. I'm not a geologic
You don't see that,
student.
meaning that she was effective,
Yeah.
because
It's not my field of study.
Yeah,
if
okay.
you don't see this,
And you're not
it
best
means
friends either, right?
I didn't pay.
Okay. Okay, this is excellent. What about her body language? Do you feel she seemed confident?
A little bit embarrassed, no?
A little bit.
I'm the first one, remember.
Okay, but this is good. She did excellent in timing. She was able to convince someone else who understood, I would say, 90% of what you were trying to say. No? Okay, excellent.
Brava.
Okay, next. Don't be shy, please. We're among friends.
Così mi tolgo il pensiero.
Ti metti sulla sinistra, senti qua, sulla sinistra bianca della
much better to do it here in a controlled environment.
I have to introduce that I've decided to be this subject with my colleague, so it's not my fault. Okay?
Okay.
I'm going to deal with, my dissertation will deal with the Italian gesture. We all know that in the south of Europe, and in particular in Italy, people bases their language on the body language, not body language when you are talking with someone. So I'm here to make some examples of Italian gestures. There are the most common one, for example, so let's help me, of course. For example, when there is a person that is really far from you and you want to say, hey, come here, you do something like, hey, come here, no? Then there are other body language examples. For example, when you want to say, I'm not understanding what you're talking about, you do something like, no? And when you want to say, instead, I'm not really interested in what you're talking about, you say, no? Something like this. Or you say, I'm reduced, okay, I know. Or for example, when you want to say, I don't know, let's help me, please. I don't know. What do you want from me? No, you do something like this. Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Okay, feedback. Attention to the audience. Who didn't feel they were addressed properly? He was really looking into the room. Okay, this is good. Good score. Tone of voice. Everyone could hear what he was trying to say. He didn't speak too fast.
No.
No? Okay, so...
Body language is
yeah.
No?
Well, is it? Is it? What do you actually want to say about body language? I mean, the topic was about the body language.
So it's
Okay, so what do you remember? Let's see, who's not from Italy? Who's not from Italy? Well, okay, you raise your hand first.
Come here with gesture. I mean, that's actually a hard topic from someone who's not Italian, and at the beginning to interact from gestures may be different in other countries. So
where are you from?
From Spain. My case is not that different.
Okay.
Yes, but he's in Italy from 3 years, so he's Italian now.
Yeah, I had time to learn, but at the beginning it maybe was a bit confusing.
Okay.
No, just when he listed some of the gestures, like what do you want from me or from here, or what?
Yeah, but yeah, of course. I mean, what we're trying to say with body language is also that in different cultures it means different things. If you're doing this, it can mean a good thing. In another country, it could mean something really bad. Okay, so yeah, this is very tricky because of course how you present it, how you express yourself is something very unconscious. It happens because you're just talking and it's part of who you are. Some people are not very, I would say, energetic or Italian like that. Because, so my Indian friend, she was talking to me and she was making all kinds, and I was holding her hands. I said, stop. She said, I can't talk if you hold my hands. It's very difficult. So some people are expressive, and it's good if you are. It's good because it's active and it's vibrant, and yeah, you were talking, you were moving around, and people were engaged. I think this is very good, very good.
Okay, thank you.
But also stretching. I noticed that because I tend to do that myself when I'm presenting. It's not very good, so I try to avoid that. Other
Next
than
time,
that,
okay, next time I will do it. Thank you.
Okay, next.
Che vi odio.
Hai filmato? Assolutamente. Ovviamente, già sto diffondendo.
Good morning, I'm Matteo Elias, a PhD student from the University of Cagliari, which is located in Sardinia, an island in the central of the Mediterranean, because not of the Italian, so maybe someone don't know where it is. And during my PhD work, I studied extreme rainfall events in Sardinia. To do this study, you have to collect a lot of data in the different places of the island and combine them together to obtain some hydrological tools that are very useful in practice, like, for example, the intensity, duration, frequency curves, which give you the intensity of an event with a prefixed duration and time return period. So you can use this data like an input for your hydraulic structure, like for example a drainage urban system. So thank you for your attention.
Wow. Okay. So attention to the audience. That's good. Everyone is happy. It felt like he was addressing you. Okay. Tone of voice. Everyone was able to understand what he was trying to say. Kind of, maybe, more or less. More or less. Okay. Body language.
A bit nervous at the beginning, but then it was more relaxed.
How did you feel? It was 1 minute, super fast, no? So,
Yes.
how did you feel? In the beginning, you stood there, and then how you felt, and then later, I saw you relax a bit more. How did that happen? What happened?
I try to keep eye contact to space from left to right, and this makes me a little more relaxed.
Okay.
But I'm nervous.
I would like to ask, did you have a particular audience in your mind? Because I noticed something, so I want to know if you had any particular audience. Were you talking to your peers? Where were you? Who were you talking to?
Oh, I try to talk to a very heterogeneous public, so I don't speak about some specific. I try to stay very general.
Yes, you didn't use technical terms.
Yes.
Then I noticed.
Okay. So, can you tell me what you remember from his talk?
Yes, he's coming from Cagliari. And actually, I distracted because of something.
Tell me, what distracted you?
Because he was moving a lot. So,
okay.
And the rhythm actually was, he was just talking with the constant rhythm, so I did something. But yeah, I got something at the moment that I don't remember that much about. Actually, it's the audience problem, not the presentation. But, yeah.
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's both, no?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, this is good feedback.
I think I told too slow too.
Too slow?
Yes. No, too fast. Sorry,
too fast. Okay.
I don't know if you agree with me.
Well, I think, yes, if you're speaking to a very general audience, of course, you were not maybe speaking very technical terms, but still, it's a complicated topic for, I would say, a journalist maybe, no? Who is not working specifically on this topic, even though it would be something interesting for them to maybe report about. But if you're telling this in the elevator, no? You're going up to the 30th floor, you have 1 minute, what would they still remember afterwards? So if you go very fast, sometimes it's not good. You had 2 minutes, you use only one of them. So, okay.
1 minute for the question.
Okay, questions?
Bravo.
Okay, very, very witty. But thank you very much for your contribution.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Francesca Carisi from the University of Bologna. I studied here in Bologna, and I'm doing the PhD here in Bologna, so it's not very original. I will present briefly my research. I study the flood risk evolution along the Po River. The goal of my research is to perform a bidimensional model in order to identify the best strategies to manage the flood risk. So in these few months, I studied the damage calculation of the urban areas. I have a poster. If you want to see my poster, it's there. So I'm sorry for my English because it's not very good.
That's it? That's not even a minute. Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, what happened? You had 2 minutes. Also, this gentleman over there used only 1 minute. You used less than 1 minute. What happens when you present?
like to speak to the public, so I have a lot to learn.
Why not? Why not? What is it?
It's I don't know. I think it's my character.
Okay. So would it help to present more, to maybe have some more practice in a small group?
And maybe with some slides.
Slides. Okay. Okay. But this topic is something you are comfortable with, no? Yes. So if you were speaking a little bit longer, maybe, then we would be able to see maybe that you feel a bit more comfortable about actually the research that you're doing, no?
Yes. I think for now my problem is the English, the language.
Okay.
If I have to present, if I could present in Italian, it's very simple. But in English,
Okay. Then I will challenge you. I will give you 2 minutes to present in Italian. This wonderful audience. They love you. They want you to succeed in your presentation. Bear this in mind. Okay, let's try again. 2 minutes.
Buongiorno, sono Francesca Carisi dell'Università di Bologna e il mio progetto di ricerca si incentra sulla prevenzione del rischio idraulico e quindi l'evoluzione del rischio idraulico nella pianura padana e in particolare nella fascia C, che è la fascia di territorio adiacenti al fiume Po, che vengono allagati in occasione di piene catastrofiche. L'obiettivo della ricerca è quello di mettere a punto un modello bidimensionale per identificare le migliori strategie di gestione del rischio. In questi pochi mesi del mio dottorato ho effettuato un calcolo del danno nelle aree che vengono allagate secondo un modello già esistente per identificare delle aree meno sensibili in cui fare risultare la piena in modo da preservare delle aree più a valle che possono essere, in cui il danno può essere molto maggiore perché sono abitate o industrializzate.
That's it. Okay.
A bit longer?
Well, you still have some time. But, okay, comments? In Italian, maybe?
No, I can understand. The problem is to speak.
So attention to the audience. Everyone felt, I think, yeah, you were even looking at me also in Italian, no? So this is good. She was giving everyone some attention.
I think that the problem is English because she repeats the same things, but she gives more details.
Okay. Okay, so maybe it's also being comfortable with some terminology that you may have to figure out. Yeah.
I need to practice with the language, so I can speak fluently.
Yes. Okay. So what about, final question, what about body language? How did she appear?
Oh, when she was talking in English, she was very close, very mature.
Yes.
But in Italian, she was much more outward.
And like this, no?
More interactive.
Doing this. Okay, very good. No, thank you so much for. Okay, and I have one guest star who would like to also give a short, brief presentation. Goodbye. Bye. Yes, go.
Okay. The first time that I felt in love, it happened in such kind of ambient, so I feel kind of. I'm going to tell you later why I'm sharing this with you guys. This presentation is a critic actually. Is actually because of some communicational background, communicative and journalism background. I asked her to just make some critic comments about the presentation that just she had, and which is important because of the structure of the presentation. I mean, what to do just to have because she said everything to have a very good presentation, and what we have to do to just turn it up to an excellent presentation. The very first thing is that, in terms of the structure, is the attention grabber. I'm sure you can read it. But attention grabber is just like what it is. I grab your attention, and I'm not gonna just let you go. And the other thing is that the body, which you said everything about body, which would be actually very useful in terms of rhythm, in terms of controlling the audience, everything. And the very final thing, which was, I mean, which is very important because it was a problem of this presentation, many of my presentations, and everybody's presentation, is that maybe we have to finish our presentation with a powerful sentence. I mean, say, yeah, exactly. It's not saying, oh, the slides are finished, and that's it. It's not even finished. I mean, when we don't know what to say, you might say that this is a term, just the shortest step to have a better word. Okay, and that's
feedback.
If you write something, you have to be sure that I can see what you write.
You are right, actually.
It is red and very small.
Yeah. Yeah, because actually, in terms of looking at the font control, so I thought that the font is smart. And yeah, the other, I wanted to just have this tip that I can use other instruments that we do have in the room. I don't have to just stay here. I can walk a little bit, I mean, increasing my stage and also using the instruments, different instruments that I do have here. So that's, thank you for the help.
It's very professional. Wow. Okay, what else? What else? Attention to the audience? Very good. Everyone's nodding. Tone of voice?
Yeah.
Speed?
Sometimes you spoke too fast.
Too fast.
Because it's not an Italian English.
Okay.
But it sounds, I think you speak faster, no?
Yeah. So it's super fast. Okay. So what do you remember of what he said?
About the presentation,
yes.
You try to explain which are the best points to explain the concept. But I think that in general, all points are important. But the best thing is have to do something to give and share with the other. So if there are contents in the presentation, normal presentation is good. If only speak but really my result is not so good, it's very difficult that the attention from a specific group exercise. So if I speak to a student, it is possible. But when I speak to specialists in the field, it is important to have something to say. Really interesting.
Yes. Okay. Thank you very much. Well, I think we're doing well on time. I would just like to share with you one film, a very short 5-minute film, and after that I will let you go and hang out, have coffee, and all these things. Okay, maybe we need this after all, because I don't think we're ready.
There's that Gallup poll that came out last month, which found 1 in 4 Americans is skeptical of all the effects of climate change and thinks this issue's been exaggerated.
Who gives a shit? That doesn't matter. You don't need people's opinions on a fact. You might as well have a poll asking which number is bigger, 15 or 5. Or do owls exist? Or are there hats? The debate on climate change should not be whether or not it exists, it's what we should do about it. There is a mountain of research on this topic. Global temperatures are rising, heat waves are becoming more common, sea surface temperatures are also rising, glaciers are melting, and of course no climate report is complete without the obligatory photo of a polar bear balancing on a piece of ice. The only accurate way to report that 1 out of 4 Americans are sceptical of global warming is to say, a poll finds that 1 out of 4 Americans are wrong about something. Because a survey of thousands of scientific papers that took a position on climate change found that 97% endorsed the position that humans are causing global warming. And I think I know why people still think this issue is open to debate, because on TV it is. And it's always 1 person for, 1 person against. And it's usually the same person who's for.
Bill Nye and Marsha Blackburn, welcome both of you to Meet the Press. Bill Nye joins us now, along with climate change skeptic Mark Moran.
Joining me now to go head-to-head, Bill Nye, science educator and CEO of the Planetary Society.
In the crossfire. Bill Nye, the science guy. Bill Nye, the science guy who believes in man-made global warming. Yeah, that's right. More often than not, it's Bill Nye, the science guy, versus some dude. And when you look at the screen, it's 50-50, which is inherently misleading. If there has to be a debate about the reality of climate change, and there doesn't, then there is only one mathematically fair way to do it.
Last Week Tonight presents a statistically representative climate change debate.
Good evening. Joining me tonight, a climate change denier and, naturally, Bill Nye science guy.
Change? No question.
Wait. Before we begin, in the interest of mathematical balance, I'm going to bring out 2 people who agree with you, climate skeptic, and Bill Nye, I'm also going to bring out 96 other scientists. It's a little unwieldy, but this is the only way. Please file in. Again, this is going to make the debate difficult. We shouldn't really be having it in the first place. But, representationally, climate skeptic, please make a case against climate change.
Well, I just don't think all the science is in yet. So.
Okay, and what is the overwhelming view of the entire scientific community?
That it's very important to communicate well, and now I think you are all able to do so, no? So thank you for your attention. We will share with you also all the resources and more, and of course you will find this Water Science Communications group on Facebook. There's a lot of things on body language, tips on giving a better presentation, with PowerPoint, and also we have this resource available for free. So I will make available the PDF also through a video. And if you have more questions, then please do not hesitate to let me know as well.
Thanks a lot, Alida, for this very interesting seminar and morning we spent together. I don't know, are there questions? Any comment? How about Alida's body?
My body language.
Body language. No, thanks again. It was wonderful having you here. I'm very happy. And this is the end of it.